Bhastrika Pranayama, bellows breath, or bellows breathing. This is a fast, forceful, powerful pranayama that really stimulates heat energy and pranic activity in the upper body. So what exactly is a bellows? If you've ever owned a fireplace, this is a tool that you perhaps owned, or you've probably seen it on TV at some point, where there's kind of like two handles and you pump the handles towards each other and they push air out of a spout. In the old days, and in general still, these bellows would be used to add oxygen into the fireplace to help build the strength of the fire. It works very similarly on the human body, and yogis have been using this technique of bellows breathing for centuries to keep their bodies warm as they traverse and travel throughout the Himalayas. Bhastrika promotes vigor and vitality in the body, increases circulation, and the heat associated with the Bhastrika helps to flush out toxins in the system. In addition to the usual contraindications related to nasal inflammation, you should avoid the practice of Bhastrika if you have heart disease, high blood pressure, hypertension, retinal problems, and you should avoid doing Bhastrika while you are pregnant. Be cautious with the use of Bhastrika if you have asthma. So Bhastrika is really powerful, and through a very strong inhale, you just want to immediately fill up into a yogic breath of expansion, and through an equally powerful exhale, we just push and flush all of that air out of us. There is a knack to finding the proper degree of forcefulness with which to do this breath. If you try to breathe in too forcefully, the suction of the air can pull the nostrils together and prohibit the air from flowing out. And similarly on the exhale, too forceful of a breath will unstabilize the equalness of the inhalations and the exhalations. Allow me to demonstrate for a second. Now, what you might have witnessed from that demonstration is just a real strength of inhale as I work to expand, and a forcefulness of exhale as I try to empty all of that out. So it is a slight differentiation from Kapalabhati, where there's just a very powerful, forceful, diaphragmatic pump to push the exhale, versus Bhastrika, which is a full-on but yet forceful breath. What you'll discover is that if you're too forceful, particularly on the inhalations, the nostrils will become stuck and sort of flutter together. Let me see if I can emulate it. Kind of like the way that you might find yourself breathing when you have a cold, when you are congested. With Bhastrika, you don't want to breathe so forcefully that starts to occur. So then the trick is finding just the right amount of force that prevents that type of nasal vibration. Let's practice a few rounds to get the hang of it. Sit up tall, open the chest. Take a normal breath in. And let a breath out. Inhale. Exhale completely, and then let's do 3 rounds. And you might feel an immediate uptick of energy, of alertness. And if you caught sound of my breathing on that second round, I did get a little bit too forceful, which wound up with that vibration sound in the nostrils. And as you progress through your own practice, this will probably happen to you at certain points. And the idea then is just to try and regulate the power of your breath just enough to prevent that from happening. The techniques of Bhastrika can become rather complicated. So in addition to the breathing itself, you can do left nostril or right nostril, single nostril Bhastrika. You can do Bhastrika joined with Surya or Chandra Bedi. And you can also incorporate different types of retentions and bandhas with Bhastrika breathing. Throughout this course, we'll stick mainly to technique 1, so just forceful breathing, with the variation of hand positions. So we'll do different hand positions throughout the course that accentuate your capacity to bring in air during Bhastrika. Just so that you're familiar with them before you see them in our practice sessions. One hand position is we'll start with fists in front of the shoulders, and as we forcefully inhale, we'll project the arms up overhead. This really helps to open up the chest area. And then as we exhale, we'll bring the fists strongly back to their starting position, which helps you contract the lungs and the abdomen to help push the air out. A second hand position that we'll do in this course is with the arms forward. Here you want to make sure that your shoulders are back and that your chest is open. During the strong, forceful inhalation of Bhastrika, you'll make fists, pull the elbows back, and really lift up through your chest. And during the strong, forceful exhalation, you'll project the arms back to their starting position. And then the third hand position that we'll see in this course is we'll hold our thumbs up like we are hitchhikers, or that you really approve. And from there, you'll hold the arms up at a 45-degree angle. I call these pranic antennas. And this helps the chest to be broad and open. And in this position, we'll just hold our arms here while we breathe the rounds of Bhastrika that we do with that particular hand technique. Bhastrika, Bellows breath.